Good afternoon everyone. My name is Sejal and today we are going to talk about social media. In this modern world, imagining our lives without social media seems to be nearly impossible. It has become our reality and today we will be talking about social media. Let's first have a look at the table of contents to know what all we will be discussing in this presentation. We will discuss about what is social media, history of social media, effects of social media and social media addiction. And then in the end, I will conclude it all for you. Let's start with what is social media. Any application or website with the help of which you are able to contact with people around the globe without physically meeting them is social media. Social media helps us and enables us to contact with virtual communities. We can share our opinions, see what other people think about, and we can contact with anyone across the globe. Now, what is the history of social media, or how did social media come into existence? In mid-1990s, websites like classmates.com, geosites.com started coming up. 6degrees.com is said to be the first social media website because it had features like profile photo and friend list, and that is why it is considered as the first social media website. And then in the early 2000s came Google, Facebook, Snapchat and all other modern social media websites. Now, the social media revolution. Let's see how the number of social media users have increased over the years. In 2015, only 19% of the world's population use social media, but now this number has increased to three times, and today around 61% of the world's population uses social media. Looking at the various age groups which use social media, we can see how maximum number of social media users are between the age group of 20 to 29. Around 12% of the social media users are teenagers between the age group of 13 to 19. Now, what are the effects of social media? Like any other thing, social media has positive effects as well as negative effects, and I will tell you about both the positive effects of social media and the negative effects of social media. Let's first have a look at the positive effects of social media. It helps in wide circulation of knowledge. You can share knowledge about anything on social media, and you can get information about anything on social media as well. It helps us and allows us to communicate with anyone across the globe. Communication has become very easy because of social media. Creation of new careers. New careers like graphic designing, web designing, social media marketing, affiliate marketing have come into existence all because of social media. Today, you can create career out of everything, and it is all because of social media. It is easy to learn any skill because of social media. If you want to learn animation, if you want to learn singing, if you want to learn dancing or any other skill, you can learn it very easily with the help of social media. You can find knowledge about everything on social media, and thus social media has changed the world with internet, with its access. Now, let's talk about the negative effects of social media. First, it can turn into addiction. Social media addiction is one of the major problems faced by today's youth. We become addicted to social media and kind of cannot live without it. And social media addiction causes many problems. It harms our mental health as well as physical health. And we will talk about social media addiction in detail after some time. New crimes like cyberbullying, digital rape and many more have come up with social media. Criminals have been using social media as a tool to harm people, to harm society. Be very careful while using social media because you can also become a victim of it. negative influence which leads to increase in depression. Now videos about negative things like smoking, drinking, alcohol and every other thing is available on social media, and this negatively influences the youth. Since I already told you that about 12% of the users are teenagers, and a teenager is most likely to get influenced by negative things. So social media can negatively influence people. Lack of privacy. Sometimes people share private information on social media which leads to lack of privacy. Anyone can use this information against you and make you a victim of cybercrime. Be very careful while sharing any information on social media. Do not share private information on social media because you never know who might use it against you. Negative publicity. Now this means that people try to do anything to get followers, to get subscribers, to get views, to get likes. They do anything just to become popular, and that is why it is called negative publicity, because most of the time they do negative things to become popular, as negative things attract people more easily than the positive ones. Now we will talk about social media addiction, the new age problem. Today, social media addiction has become one of the major problems faced by the teenagers, by the youth. Now, according to a survey, it was found that more than 38% of the teenagers spend 8 hours of their day on social media. Spending 8 hours in a day on social media is like a waste of time, and it is a sign of addiction. How can you know whether you are social media addicted or not? Try to not use social media for one day, and if after one day you feel restless, then it means that you have become addicted to social media, because the presence and absence of social media is affecting your daily life, and social media addiction is very harmful. What can be some symptoms of social media addiction? Restlessness. When you don't use social media and you feel restless, it means that you have become addicted. Or increased reliance on social media. Sometimes our mood, our day-to-day life becomes dependent on social media. We as a person become dependent on social media. Now, what can be some effects of social media? Depression, increased isolation, poor performance, and mental health are all symptoms of social media addiction. Because when we use social media addiction for so long, when we use social media for so long, we become addicted to it, and even when we are with our friends and family members, we don't spend time with them, and instead we use social media. That creates a distance between us and our family members. It also affects our performance in our personal life. Now, what is the solution? If you face this problem, then what can be the solution of it? First, try to build some interest or try to create some hobby. Do dancing, do singing, do art and craft, or anything that makes you happy. Try to give your time into some hobbies instead of wasting it on your phones and social media. Don't compare. Don't blindly believe everything that you see on social media, because the truth behind the camera is completely different from what you see. Do not compare yourself, your life, your friends, your family with anything that you see on social media. Try to limit your time. If you use social media for long hours, suppose 6 hours, then leaving it all at once will be very difficult. To try to reduce your time slowly. Start by reducing 1 hour. If you use it for 6 hours, start by using it for 5 hours, and then by slowly reducing your time, reduce it to 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour, and reduce it until you use it for optimum period of time. Try to spend your time with family members and friends. When you are with your near and dear, when you are with your family members, leave your phone and talk to your family members. Tell them about your day, share some funny experiences and have a good moment with them. When you are with your friends, go out to play some sport, go out to hang out in parks, but do not spend your time on social media. And meditation. It gives a person peace, and when we are in a peaceful state, we can leave any bad habit. With all that being said, I will conclude it whatever I had said in the past few minutes. Now, social media is just a tool. Social media is not bad, social media is not good. It depends upon you as to how you want to use social media. If you use it for some good purposes, then social media will only benefit you. Don't let social media control you. Be in control of yourself and not your mobile phone, not your social media application. With all that being said, good afternoon everyone. Thank you.